Okay, I want to explain the Airway to you parents. It's a method your first graders will be learning in class this last month of the school year. They will continue to use it next year, so it's important you are familiar with it in case they need help at home. If you look at box A, this is what the Airway looks like. I know you might say it's too much work. Let's just do the math the way I did when I was a kid. Something like box B, right? It's important to remember we want your children to understand math, not just memorize math. Okay? So let's go over the Airway. It's not as bad as it looks. It builds on counting by 10 and 1, which your children know well. Here we go. The first step is going to be look at the number above the arrow. At the beginning, it will always be either 10 or 1. Next year, it can be any number. So the first step, look at the number above the arrow. Next, write the answer on the long line at the bottom. So in this case, 56 plus 10 we'll write in 66 on the long line. Next, we see there's another arrow. That's already solved. 66 plus 10 is 76. Then there's another arrow, but this time we don't have a number above the arrow. In this case, we look at big numbers below. What can I add to 76 to get 86? 10. So we write 10 above the arrow here. 76 plus 10 is 86. Good. Next, we see we have another arrow. So look at the number above the arrow. It's not a 10, it's a 1. A plus 1. So I'm going to add 1. What do I get if I add 1 to 86? 87. So, write 87 here in the big line. We have one last arrow with a plus 1 again. So I'm going to add 1 to 87, and I get 88. Yes, it takes longer. Yes, it's much faster for you to do the math like you see in box B. But children don't need to memorize anything to do math the Airway. And more importantly, they can begin to understand the concept of addition, why 56 plus 32 is 88.